Are you ready to live and learn the Swedish way? It's literally a dream for so many students worldwide, right? You've got the innovative universities, the incredible culture, and, of course, that famous Swedish work-life balance. But let's be totally honest here. Before you can kick back and enjoy a fika on a beautiful campus, you've got to navigate the application process. And if you're an international student looking at application portals, documentation requirements, and visa regulations, well, the bureaucracy can feel a little overwhelming at first. Don't worry, though. We're going to break it all down for you right now. Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer on the ultimate roadmap to Swedish universities. Today, we're taking the official guidance from UniversityAdmissions.se and Study in Sweden and transforming it into a really clear step-by-step guide. We're stripping away the confusion and giving you exactly what you need to know to actually get accepted. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. Ranking your programs. 2. Essential documents and deadlines. 3. Navigating fees and scholarships. 4. Decoding your application status. And 5. Securing your residence permit. Let's jump in. Starting off with Section 1, Ranking Your Programs. Everything starts on the central portal, UniversityAdmissions.se. Step 1 is simply utilizing their search function to find the specific courses or full programs you actually want to take. Then, Step 2, you'll need to clearly designate whether you're applying for bachelor's or master's studies, because the entry requirements and selection processes are completely different for the two. And Step 3, well, this is where a bit of strategy comes in. You absolutely must rank your selections. Why? Because if you are admitted to your highest ranked choice, your lower choices are generally deleted. So pro tip, always put your absolute dream program at number 1. Moving on to Section 2, Essential Documents and Deadlines. So the big question on everyone's mind, what do you actually need to apply? It's the most common question out there, and frankly, missing even one tiny piece of this puzzle can completely derail your entire application. Let's look at the ultimate checklist. So the crucial point is making sure you have these 3 main categories completely covered. First up, your specific entry documents, which again vary depending on if you're a bachelor's or master's applicant. Second, the English language requirements. Listen closely to this one, because according to the official guidelines, all courses taught in English have a strict English test requirement. And here's a surprising fact. Sometimes even native English speakers get tripped up here if they don't submit their high school transcripts correctly. Always check the exact proof needed. And third, your citizenship documentation, which is absolutely vital for determining your fee status. And this brings us to arguably the most critical point, deadlines. The official portal literally begs applicants, don't wait until the deadline. You must submit your supporting documents as early as possible. If that supporting documentation deadline passes and your file is incomplete, you risk being assessed as unqualified. That means you won't even be considered during the main selection round. Seriously, get it done early. Next up, Section 3, Navigating Fees and Scholarships. The rules here are wildly different depending on where you're from. If you're a citizen of an EU or EEA country or Switzerland, you don't pay any application or tuition fees. Awesome, right? However, you must actively document your citizenship to prove you're exempt. They won't just take your word for it. On the flip side, if you are a non-EU or non-EEA citizen, you are required to pay both an application fee just to apply and, of course, tuition fees if you get accepted. But hey, if you're facing those international tuition fees, don't panic just yet. There are major avenues for financial aid that you should definitely explore. The Study in Sweden portal and UniversityAdmissions.se point to 2 primary sources. First, the Swedish Institute, which offers specific scholarship programs just for international students. And second, the individual Swedish universities themselves. Always check the specific university websites you're applying to, because they run their own independent scholarship programs. All right, Section 4, Decoding your application status. When results are finally published, you might see the word reserve. Take a deep breath, don't freak out. Reserve simply means you've been placed on a waiting list for that specific course or program. It is not an outright rejection. You're still in the running if a spot opens up. Now, pay close attention to this, because there's a massive difference in how you must handle your admission offers or reserve spots. If you applied in the first round, you generally don't need to reply to your admissions offer on the UniversityAdmissions.se portal itself, though the university might reach out directly. But if you applied in the second round, you absolutely must reply on the portal to keep your offered place or your spot on the reserve list. If you forget to reply, you lose your spot, period. You might also run into a status that says conditionally placed on reserve. This means you're on the waiting list, but there's a string attached. Usually it means you're missing a tuition fee payment, or the admissions team needs a very specific requested document from you. If you see this, immediately check your account messages from the admissions personnel and provide whatever they're asking for as fast as humanly possible. And then there's the scariest status of all, unqualified. This means they've determined you don't fulfill the general entry requirements, usually because your documentation was missing or incomplete by the deadline. But here's the secret. It's actually not always a final death sentence for your application. You can still submit the missing proof. The catch, though, is that your newly submitted documents won't be assessed until after all the main admission results have been published, effectively putting you at the back of the line. Finally, we reach Section 5, securing your residence permit. And this brilliantly illustrates the timeline you need to follow. Day 1, you receive your results. Next step, pay your first tuition installment immediately. Why the crazy rush? Because the migration agency absolutely will not begin processing your residence permit until that fee is confirmed by the university. One step literally blocks the other, so you've got to move quickly. We've mapped out the bureaucracy, but take a second to remember why you're doing all of this. Sweden has optimized its entire society for innovation, sustainability, and that amazing work-life balance we talked about. The question is, are you willing to conquer the paperwork today to totally redefine how you live and learn tomorrow? The portal awaits. Good luck out there.